here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Bitcoin over here. We'll take a look at it right from 2021. And what we have is, so we had our top come in, and then we had a 3-wave move down for our A wave, 3-wave move up for our B wave, sweeping this high over here, sweeping this A wave high. And then we came down in a waterfall-like move in a 5-wave fashion for our C wave, perfectly bottoming out at the 1.786. Okay, you see how we perfectly came down to the 1.786 here? And then what we had is Wyckoff accumulation. So we had our macro range right over here, and then we had manipulation under the range, and then we had continuation. Okay, then we had the start of the new cycle. So Wyckoff reaccumulation, so this over here would be considered your accumulation. This over here is your manipulation, and then over here is your expansion. Okay, now what we see over here is a 5-wave move to the upside for our A wave. And then what we had is 150 days of reaccumulation. Okay, so this over here is Wyckoff accumulation, and then this over here would be Wyckoff reaccumulation. Then we had manipulation under the range over here. So again, this over here would be accumulation, right? This over here would be manipulation under the range, and then you have expansion. Okay, so then after this reaccumulation finishes, we then have another 5-wave move to the upside. Now this is where it gets very interesting, and usually in blow-off top-like structures and scenarios in the market, you're usually going to have a 5th wave extension. Now in this 5th wave extension, what it looks like is that this over here is a wave 1 extension of our 5th wave extension. So we have a 5-wave move to the upside, and then very similar to what we did here back in 2023 for 150 days, we did that exact same thing over here, but it just lasted about half as long. Okay, so if we go here on the 3-hour time frame, we see Wyckoff reaccumulation, and for over 60 days I was telling you guys that this range over here is not a distribution range. This is a reaccumulation range. And we actually call the bottom right down to the 3-minute time frame once we spotted this manipulation under this macro range. So we spotted this manipulation under this macro range after hitting the 50% fib and the 1.236 and if we zoom in a little bit, so like if we go on the 30-minute time frame and we actually look at what the price is doing under this range over here, this little structure over here, that's the composite operator accumulating shares, and you see how we have a bearish head and shoulders pattern here. You usually tend to see bearish head and shoulders patterns before the start of an expansion. Okay, so what I notice is that here is your range. Okay, right, this is your accumulation. This is your manipulation, okay? And then what we see over here is a head and shoulders pattern, and then continuation. So this over here would be your manipulation. This is your accumulation, and then you have expansion. Okay, so this is exactly what we see. What we saw with Bitcoin. We call the Bitcoin bottom down to the 3-minute time frame on May 1st. We spotted accumulation here, and then we had expansion as expected. So we also had a nice inverted head and shoulders pattern. So this over here would be your wave 1, come down for a wave 2, and now we're still within our wave 3 to the upside. Now it looks like we're within sub wave 3 of 3. Okay, and this over here was what it looked like was just a shakeout, okay, of all the over leveraged longs. So this over here was our sub wave 1. Then we came down for an A, B, C correction for our sub wave 2 at the 61.8% fib, and at the 238.2% fib when we use our trend-based fib. Getting above this level over here at 70,868 would be bullish confirmation of the next leg higher. and it would likely take you, and it would likely be our subwave 3 of 3. Then we come down for a subwave 4 of 3, and then we have a subwave 5 of 3. Likely coming to around that $80,000 region. Then we have a wave 4, and then we have a wave 5 likely to around 84 to 86,000. And we'll definitely tweak these waves as the price develops. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please click the link in the description below. You get access to all of these charts over here. You get access to over 350 charts. And you guys can ask me any question you want. And yeah, so definitely click that link if you haven't joined yet. And yeah, let's go back to the analysis here. So it looks like we're still within our wave 3 here. So what it looks like is we're about to do subwave 3 of 3. Then we come down for a wave 4, and then we have our wave 5. Okay, and then this over here would be your macro wave 3 of your larger third wave. Okay, so this is what it would look like. I think we do top out at $115,000 to $125,000 on Bitcoin. And let's zoom out here and I can show you the wave count one more time. So this over here would be your 5 waves for your A, 3 down for your B, and then another 5 up for your C. And we're still within our 5th wave. So right now we're currently within our subwave 3 of our 5th wave. Okay? And yeah, so these are all the subwaves over here. And yeah, this move over here, this just looked like a flush of all the over leveraged longs before we can have a healthy move to the upside. Okay, so we perfectly topped out at the 100% fib here, right? And then we bottomed out at the 238.2% fib. Okay, so it's likely we're going to come up here now. Getting above this 702 would be bullish confirmation, and then we can have nice continuation from there. So this is Bitcoin. I think it's going to do well, and yeah, everything is looking good for now. And what we may have here is, so this over here would be your selling climax. You then have your automatic rally, and then you may have a secondary test of the lows, or a sweep of this adjacent low ever so slightly, just enough to tip the market before continuing higher. Okay, so we may see a move like this. So usually what you see in the market is, so this over here is your high, right? You come and have a flush down, an aggressive flush down. This over here would be your selling climax. You then have an automatic rally, and then a secondary test of the lows. Usually would come down to the 786 or the 70.2% fib. In rare cases, it does come down to the 88.6% fib. Two extremes, and then you see the reversal from there. So this over here would be your selling climax, your automatic rally, secondary test, and then you have continuation. Or you have a sweep of the adjacent low, and then you see continuation. Okay, so this is exactly what we're seeing, and this secondary test may not come down this low. Okay, it may not come down this low. It may continue up from here. And we could say that this over here was your main flush. So yeah, this is Bitcoin. Everything is looking good. Wave counts are still trending upwards. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you guys want to stay updated with this wave count and analysis, then click the link in the description below, because we will be altering these waves as the price develops. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.